Frack and Friends Show. It's gonna start and break. Oh, I can't stop dancing tonight, night, night.
Oh, Frack, here we go again. Talking about the 90s, 2000s for the win. You already know nostalgia is my kin. Now listen up and tune in.
We can't stop dancing tonight, night, night.
Yeah,
We don't stop dancing tonight, night, night.
you already know.
The Frack and Friends Show.
Who?
The Frack and Friends Show.
All right, let's get to the show. Hey guys, welcome to the Frack and Friends Show. This is episode 31, and to my right, to my left, I don't know which direction, I have...
Hi guys, it is your girl Denise, aka D's Knees. What is up, my buddy? How are you doing, Frack?
Oh, it's been what seems like forever.
I feel like it really has. I feel like it really has. It's been like 2 weeks since we last got together, and
yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, I went on a trip, and then immediately after, or halfway of my trip, Denise went on her trip. So
yeah,
it's been just like us getting back into the groove. A lot of things are happening for the show as far as some things we're going to be announcing about conventions soon.
I'm so excited.
A lot of amazing things. Seriously, we're super excited to tell you guys what's going on. Something for sure officially this month.
Yes.
Just ironically how it played out that, which we'll talk about some more, but it's really cool how it just played out because, Denise she was already going.
Yeah, I was already going, and yeah, now you're going to be going, and it's going to be amazing. And we're going to meet so many of our new friends out there that we met at Fan Expo Con too.
Yes, so it's going to be awesome. We're looking forward to it. But in the meantime, we're going to just do this show every week. And
I'm okay with that.
Absolutely. So how's it going? What's been up? What's catch our viewers, our listeners, our
let's catch people up. I ended up going to Nashville. Last week was my birthday, and yeah, it was a good time. I'm turning 34. God. No, it was a really good time. So I go to Nashville basically I try and go like every 3 months, every 4 months, maybe like twice a year or something. But that's my second home over there. I have some really awesome friends and family friends of mine. And my really good friend is only 3 days apart from me birthday wise. So we had a joint birthday and it was really amazing. They have like this really, their parents have a really tall house on like a hill in East Nashville. And it takes so long to get up there because of the stairs. There are so many stairs. I got my workout in every single time I had to go upstairs, which of course is a beautiful view up there. But at the same time, it was like 200 stairs going up there. It's fine. It's fine.
They should have an escalator for you.
What I'm saying, or an elevator. I'm going to tell them to invest in an elevator.
Why not?
But it was amazing though. We had a little like trivia thing that they hosted in the actual home and stuff. Just general trivia questions. And then there was like a little time where there was just a question about like me and my friend and stuff. And it was just like really awesome. I don't know. We all had people that we cared about there. And it was just a really good time, man. It was a really, really good time. And then I came back here and immediately like my 3 best friends from Virginia, well, all sorts of places now that we've moved out of Virginia, but they came by and they spent the weekend with me too. So it's just been like nonstop, like socializing.
Yeah.
And that's after just getting back visiting you in Louisiana too. So it was just it's been a lot.
It's been a lot of love.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. I've definitely felt the love this whole month with my birthday month. So yeah, man, it was really cool. But I missed you, man. Where the heck have you been?
I've been, honestly, I went to New York for a week, literally a whole week. And I saw 9 Broadway shows in 6 days. And I ate at 37 restaurants. And I have receipts for every one of them. People don't believe me. I'm like, look at these. I said, I have it already because I know people are like, you're lying. I'm like, no, I'm not lying. Like, I went everywhere. I mean, I even called you on a boat, on a ferry, because I was heading to Staten Island, and it was really kind of so funny. But no, I had the most amazing time. I've been in New York, like you said. I've been in New York so many times, and I was on the go the entire time. Though it was, it was like my friend calls me Jason Bourne when I'm in New York, because 1 second you could see me, and the next I'm 20 miles away, like within minutes. And I just, it was nonstop. I had some of the most amazing pizza, burgers, tacos, burritos, things like that. Everything that I eat at home. But of course, the pizza is definitely non-comparable.
It's top tier.
Anything here.
Top
All we have
tier,
is Papa John's, Domino's. You've seen my city. I said, I'm gonna take you across the city. 2 minutes later, we went from one side to the other. I'm like, here it is.
It was a nice trip.
but it was a lot of fun. I got to see a lot of amazing shows.
I was just about to wait. Whoa. So what shows did you end up seeing before you get into it? Hold on.
So let's see. So I started with Without You with Anthony Rapp. For those who are Rent fans, I got to be second row center seat. Literally could probably reach out and touch him, which I did not because I didn't want to get arrested or freak the guy out. But basically, if you're a Rent fan, you can go watch that. It's just all about his life during the Rent audition, and he sings pretty much the entire soundtrack right in front of you. I mean, which is incredible. And then Wednesday or Tuesday, I got to see Harry Potter again. And by the way, after Harry Potter, I made the decision I'm not going to see any repeats. I'm going to see all brand new or new shows that I've never seen before.
That's fine.
So this experience of going to, this time I didn't have someone I was bringing who hadn't seen this. Sure. I said, I'm going to see all shows I haven't seen. So, Wednesday I went to see, oh my goodness, this is so, I'm sorry. Funny Girl, yeah. Front row, center stage. Leah actually winked at me a couple times, and I think she spit on me, not purposely, but a few different times. I was definitely spit on. Like I was like the people next to me. I made friends with the entire row, and they were laughing at me because I was doing this. Because I kept getting spit on, you're right there, and they're like, and
called good enunciation for those actor types right there.
It was incredible. I mean, that was really fun. And then Wednesday night, I got to go to see Wilson Jermaine Heredia, who is Angel in Rent, the original Broadway and the movie. I got to see him, and then I got to actually meet him after the show. He kind of hung out with us for like 45 minutes, sat down with me and one of his friends who I became friends with. And wow, like that was, it's already a lot to take in thinking about it. And
this is where you post the picture of you and
yeah, most definitely, because people are like, it really happened,
It did. And he looks really, really good too.
He does. And you know what? Shout out to him, because yesterday, I believe, he became a father. So
amazing.
He his first baby was born, I believe, yesterday or day before yesterday. But he was so worried during the show because he had did a show with a piano. It was like on stage in a hotel, and it was so intimate and just amazing. And he also performed a couple songs from Rent. And he was just the nicest guy ever. We were just talking about fatherhood and like his fears, and he was just super, super down to earth and just so ready. He was like, oh, I just got to keep checking my phone and make sure my wife's not going to labor. He was so worried, and but yeah, so Thursday comes around. I go see MJ, which is a Michael Jackson Broadway show. Like 7 or 8 of the cast members out of like 9 like of the main people, were all out due to COVID, due to vacations, sicknesses. So I saw a lot of understudies, but they were still phenomenal. It was really a lot of fun. And I had some people next to me upset because, you know, there was no notifications about understudies. And Miles, who was the original MJ, has been out for like 3 weeks on vacation. And there was no notice on the box office, nothing at all until you get in there and you open up and you see understudies. And I understand. But the good thing is she had seen it like a few times. And she was like, you know, Miles is, you know, way better. But I was truly like mesmerized. The guy who was playing MJ was so convincing to me.
Oh, I bet, man.
So I was
they
very
really
impressed.
Study that hard. Those dances are like iconic.
I mean, remarkable in every way. And Thursday night, I got to see Take Me Out, which is Jesse Williams, I believe his name. And then there's another one from Grey's Anatomy. Jesse Ferguson from Modern Family. And then the guy who plays Jackson in Grey's Anatomy. And wow, that still hits me today. It's all about this guy who has to out himself, and he's part of the MLB, the Major League Baseball. And he has to come out on live TV or he decides to, and there's consequences with his teammates. And
of course, it's right.
It's heartbreaking. I didn't want to talk about that one. Next. But yeah, so Friday happens, and all this time, by the way, in between shows, or you know, first of all, my routine was getting up in the morning about 4:30, 4:45, and by 5:15, I was out walking in pitch black, which over there it's not really pitch black, but I did that, and I wouldn't come home till about 1 every morning.
That's great, man. That's
you know,
great.
And but yeah, so Friday I went to see I probably should have wrote these down because I don't even. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Kimberly Akimbo, which is my favorite, I think. Honestly, my favorite show that I've seen. It's an original show. It has like a 6-person, 7-person cast. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever witnessed on a stage. And then Saturday I went to see 2 shows, and that would be Hades Town. Oh, I'm still aggravating Vicky with the soundtrack. Yeah,
I've heard that one's good.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. And then I ended my week run with And Juliet, which is all about the 90s and 2000s. Like, it was incredible. Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears songs, you know.
Nice.
I mean, it was about if Juliet decided not to take the poison and became like moved on. And it's just crazy, and it's a big disaster. But yeah, I had a wonderful time. It was amazing. I'm going again, I would say probably by April or May. We're gonna hopefully be booking our tickets this week and see another 10 shows, you know, because Ben Platt's gonna be there doing Parade. So I'd love to see him. And you know, I told you before, but there was basically slim pickings, but thankfully I could have even went to go see another 2 or 3. And
I'm sure
I would have seen everything on Broadway. So
I like it. So we were just talking right before we went to record that there are like 2 people. There are 2 kinds of people in like a vacation setting. There's people who like to chill and relax, which is basically what I did during Nashville and stuff. But there are also times where people love to really be on like a schedule and like itineraries happening.
Oh, I hate schedules.
Loaded with things, which is my guy Frack over here. He loves doing stuff, and I
envy schedules, man.
I envy that though sometimes, man. Like I really envy that you really book yourself and really make the most of your time with especially going to New York too. That's I feel like every time that I've been to New York, I've had to have things going on every single time. Or even when you go to like a big city like DC or something, you have to kind of hit the big things, you know?
And I mean, you know, for me, I never made a schedule because even after I called you, I told you I was going to go to the Broadway Museum, like randomly. I'm like, oh, wait, I've never been there. Let's go. But like for me, the only things I had scheduled was a show. And the rest was like, all right, I'm going to go to Brooklyn and just walk around and find like things going on there and festivals, you know, and it was so crazy. But I mean, other than, you know, everything was like free flow for me, but like I knew everything that was happening in New York. So, you know, something was in the Bronx and I went there for like an hour this trip, but I didn't get to go to Coney Island again. Usually I always go to Coney Island every time, but I just had I had nonstop things, you know, happening. And I just always, you know, I was always that person. I was like, okay, if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to do everything possible.
Well, here's the thing about a big city as well, is that there are things going on almost every single day. That's how it was whenever I lived in close to DC. When I used to live in Virginia, there was never a time where we couldn't go into DC and something was happening, whether that's a market, whether that's going to a free museum, or just walking the city, like you said. I mean, I think being in a city specifically is definitely a plus to having those options, you know?
It is because, like you said, there's always things going on. And for me, you know, I'll be honest with you, this time in New York, it was empty. Times Square, I remember 2:30 p.m. I was looking out the main, you know, the red stairs, the middle of Times Square, and just like feeling so sad because there was just looking both directions. I might have counted 35 people. Like Times Square was empty, you know, and the tourists had all, you know, which is why, by the way, I planned this date. And I told you before, like there wasn't going to be anybody there. Like, you know, it's going to be easy to navigate, you know, and the regular, you know, the New Yorkers, they don't go in Times Square. They don't go hang out there.
Absolutely.
And that's how you tell how many tourists are in the area or, you know, or even here.
Well, let me tell you, Caleb, that wasn't really the case back then. I feel like I remember growing up and seeing a lot of like 80s movies, like Die Hard, or not even Die Hard, just like really New York based movies.
Yeah.
And there being people literally everywhere. I mean, I feel like New York was like kind of the top tier of cities to go to in the 80s or 90s. But I just recently, like you said, it's kind of died down. Like the hype of New York has kind of died down as like the tourist city. Not saying that people don't go there still, but like, I wonder why that is.
You know, I just, you know, talking to my New York friends, they were like, okay, the best time to go is anytime in February. February is a hard freeze most of the time, you know, a huge majority of the time. So tourists don't book in February, you know, book in February. And after the first week of January from like end of February, they said it's so scarce and it's really nice. But, you know, my friend said it's always been that way with, you know, because everybody came there for Christmas, everybody went there for the holidays, they saw all the lights, and now it's like, I mean, you look at Broadway, right? Like, you know, 8 different productions actually their last day was the January 15th. Like 8 different productions shut down. And it's because like in that time from January 15th through, you know, the end of February, they're all picking up and they're all transitioning to different shows.
Right.
They said that's every year, but I couldn't have picked a better time because I remember, you know, I told one of my guys that I work with, you know, I was like, hey, instead of getting me tickets for everything, let me go do what I used to do, which is show up the box office and say, 1 Rush ticket, please. And it was so easy. 10 o'clock in the morning, there wasn't anybody, lined up for Rush seats.
Yeah.
I remember even without you, my buddy Brian was like, hey, I'd love to go with you, can you? And I was like, hey, let's see. I was in Queensboro. I was a little far. And I said, well, it's like, 1 o'clock. I can turn around and actually go and see if there's a Rush ticket. I showed up at 1 o'clock and they said, here you go, $35 front row seat for him.
Nice.
That's how I knew, okay, well, people are not, really here, because usually you show up at 10 o'clock in the morning and there's a line down the street. And I was able to get a couple different, like 4 shows out of all the ones I've seen. I did Rush and I paid $35, $40 a ticket. So, I mean, it was nice though. It was lovely the way it worked out. And, and I knew people were not there when I went to Staten Island, because that's where everybody goes. You get on the ferry to see the Statue of Liberty. And there wasn't much of anybody on the ferry. And usually,
I wonder if it'll get busier. I'm sure when it comes to summertime and stuff as well. I'm sure maybe it gets a little more bustling.
They said like March, like the second week of March is when it gets busy until September. And it's been like that for years and years, and even way before COVID. And I mean, I plan out my trips, so like I'm so familiar with it. Like I can tell you, like if I'm going in May, right, or the end of April, early May, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a ride and stressful because there's gonna be so many people there. But if I go in, July, it won't be as bad. But
yeah, it's dog days of summer too. It gets hot over there for sure.
And it was people keep asking if it's cold, and I said I had a parka on. I was sweating almost. Like I was good. I was comfortable. But I will say, you take that parka off and you will freeze.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I feel like New York is definitely a colder place for sure. I haven't been there in ages. I would love to go back.
We got to plan a trip.
Not
even plan it. We're like, all right, we going.
I'm totally down, man. I really haven't. I would love to see some good Broadway shows. I was just telling my best friend that I wanted to go whenever we go to DC. I think I'm going to do that in like May as well or something. But I want to go see a show over there too, because DC, just like New York is more Broadway filled, DC is more plays and like kind of straight theater shows and stuff. So I always loved being there because I could go to, just like you said, you could go to any show that was playing and kind of get cheaper seats and see some like avant-garde play that was a one person or whatever show. I definitely miss being by DC, man. Just for those things, not the traffic or the people, though.
I would probably really, really enjoy DC, man, because I do love one woman, one man shows. I've seen a couple in New York in the past. This time they didn't really have any one man, one woman shows, sadly. But I remember going to see one with Carey Mulligan. I think her name's Carey Mulligan. She plays Daisy in Great Gatsby, the new remake with Tobey Maguire. And I don't want to talk about it, but it was so messed up. It was so messed up in every way. It's still, 6 years later, it's still in my brain.
That's the thing about live theater, man, that is unlike movies or anything else. Movies can hit you in a certain way as well, but live theater, you remember almost every. I'm pretty sure I remember almost every show that I've been to, even though it has been years. I still remember just being in the audience and kind of having that live theater experience that is unlike anything else.
It's truly, and I tell anybody, if you love movies, you'll love Broadway. You'll love plays. You have to give it a chance, though, male or female. Like, you have to give it a chance, because I remember like just seeing my first show, and that was probably Jersey Boys back, years and years ago, and just being like, ever since, of course, just being like in awe that, you know, these people are up there, you know, becoming these different people. And then I made friends with a lot of them, you know, in the past. And it's just so funny, like talking to them, and, you know, they're nothing, you know, it's just an act, as they always tell me, it's just an act. And, but I mean, it's just, you know, it takes us away, doesn't it? It takes us away to just,
Absolutely.
I mean, you can have the worst things happen to you and just go see things like that. And it opens you up in so many ways that connections with humans and such just can't. It's just a whole different feeling, you know?
I fully agree with that. I love Broadway shows. We should definitely plan a DC trip, because I think you would really, just like you liked New York. New York is very busy. DC is kind of just a step down of that busy.
Yeah.
It's such a clean city too. Everything, all the museums are free. Like, it's all,
wow.
Yeah, man. Like, it's like we were talking about earlier. There's just always something to do in those types of cities, and that's why I like going to those types of cities, because there's never a time where you're like, oh man, I'm bored, you know?
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, that's the kind of places I hate going to. Like, you know, like places like Florida, things like that. Like, I've only been to Florida like twice, and it's just not my cup of tea. Those
things, you have to really go out and find things to do, as opposed to New York or DC, where they're just there happening.
Yeah, literally in every direction, you know. Like I said, you know, even like with Jermaine's show, like that was happening, and I was like, oh, absolutely, I'm going, you know. And I remember getting my ticket. I was on John's on Bleecker Street. I remember eating a pizza, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to this. Like, for sure, you know. And but yeah, I do want to talk about something, because I think it's important that we talk about this subject. But there is definitely some things going on for us, and I mean, honestly, I guess it's okay to reveal it, because like it's official.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm totally down.
I was just thinking about it. I was like, wait, I got our emails. I got our letters. So
if you want to, man, I'm down for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, because it's official. We're actually going to be heading to, where are we heading to? I'm so sorry, but is it in Florida?
It is Florida. It is Pensacola, Pensacon. Okay. And Caleb doesn't even know where the heck we're going.
I'm so
it's
sorry.
Fine. No, you're good. You're good. We're doing Pensacola Con, which is Pensacon. This con is celebrating, I think, its 40th anniversary. So they're bringing in a lot of people. I think the cast of Scream is going to be there, like Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard. But also my boy Dante Bosco is going to be there. Maybe we can get a short interview with them. We'll see.
Most definitely.
Just like so many other good voice actors are going to be there. Plus, a lot of our friends that we've met from Fan Expo as well are going to be there. It's just going to be a great time. I think we have a panel. Is that?
Yeah, we're going to be doing a live show once again, and who knows who we'll be bringing up or what we'll be doing. We literally remain unscripted, so the answer to that question is we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna see what happens. The celebrity lineup to me is insane. Like, it's been a while since I've been to a con that had that many people as guests and celebrity guests. And like you said, it's just, you know, such an amazing lineup. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a blast. We'll be seeing each other, which is going to be amazing.
Yep. It's going to be a good time.
And I've never been to this convention, so this is one that's new to me.
Same.
The people who are in charge of it, I've been speaking to them through email, and they're very, very nice, very professional. definitely willing to work with us with a lot of things. And so we're definitely going to be there to represent the show in every way. And anyone going, please let us know.
Hit us up.
Because
Absolutely.
like, it's just amazing meeting people. I don't think we, well, I guess we kind of did, but I don't think we really met anyone from Frack and Friends. But like in the past, when I would go to conventions, especially in Atlanta, oh my goodness, Denise, Fandemic, like my buddy Brian was sitting in a chair at the booth that I had for the original show.
Yeah.
And people just kept coming up, saying how they love the show and talking about that. Jeff Timmons and different guests we had on the show. And I'm like, that is incredible, and so yeah, it's gonna be amazing, guys. That's gonna be February 23rd
end of February. End of February. So we'll keep you guys updated though.
Yeah, most
It'll
definitely.
Be good. I'm super stoked.
So that's gonna be incredible. That's gonna be great, and it's gonna be great seeing you go.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be really amazing. Pensacola-Con is definitely a big one. So I'm just stoked that we're gonna have a presence over there, at least a slight presence.
We're just gonna ride.
We're just gonna ride the wave. It's gonna be good. I'm stoked.
We might can go surfing after,
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how the water is out there right now. I'm sure it's good. It's Florida, whatever. It's always fun.
Last time I was there, I was a kid, and I don't like water. I don't even swim. I don't know how to swim, so I might watch you surf.
There you go.
So guys, look, just a little recap. We're going to Pensacon. I want to say Pensacola-Con.
I know.
It's like a tongue twister. And it's going to be amazing. We're going to talk 90s and 2000s with you. I think it's going to be a wonderful event. I think the turnout's going to be insane. We hope to see you guys there. And also, we have some other announcements coming up, and we have some guests coming to the show very shortly, sometime in February. And we're going to try to do 2 guests a month or so. We don't want to overload it, but we do want to make time for Frack and D, and because that's what the show is all about, is us and sharing our experiences with you guys. But we also want to bring on different guests to kind of do the same and give them the opportunity and to open up, as Denise had said one time, Pandora's box.
There you go.
For things that we didn't know we were remembered. So Denise had said that very well.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. Like I said, if you guys are at Pensacon, hit us up. And I know I almost got it wrong too. If you guys are in Pensacon, hit us up. If not, we will see you guys shortly with another new episode, hopefully.
Every week, unless we're busy. All right, guys. Well, this is the Frack and Friends Show, episode 31. See you guys next week.
The Frack and Friends Show is gonna start and break. Oh, I can't stop dancing tonight, night.
Oh, Frack, here we go again. Talking about the 90s, 2000s for the win. You already know nostalgia's my kin. Now listen up and tune in.
We can't stop dancing tonight, night.
Yeah.
We don't stop dancing tonight.
You already know.
The Frack and Friends Show.
Who?
The Frack and Friends Show.
All right. Let's get to the show.